Ever wondered why some people always get noticed and prioritized? It's not luck, it's strategy. Today I'll share 9 powerful psychological strategies that can give you the edge in any situation. Ready to unlock the secrets? Let's dive in. Strategy 1. The law of reciprocity. Let's start with the law of reciprocity. People tend to return favors, so when you do something valuable for others, they feel compelled to help you in return. Think about the last time someone went out of their way to do something nice for you. Maybe it was a colleague who covered your shift or a neighbor who brought over a homemade pie. How did you feel? Likely, you felt a sense of gratitude and an urge to repay their kindness. Imagine you're at a business networking event. You meet someone new, and during your conversation, you offer to introduce them to a key contact or share a useful resource. This small act of kindness plants a seed. The person you helped now feels a psychological obligation to return the favor. Later, when an opportunity arises where they can help you, they'll likely prioritize you over others because you created a positive emotional debt. This principle is deeply rooted in our social behaviors and can be incredibly effective in building lasting reciprocal relationships. Whether in professional settings, social gatherings, or even within your family, always look for small ways to add value to others' lives. It's a strategy that doesn't just earn you favors, but builds a network of goodwill and mutual support. Strategy 2. The halo effect. First impressions matter. This is the halo effect. When you make a positive first impression, it colors how others see you in all areas. Think back to the last time you met someone who was exceptionally well-dressed and confident. Their appearance likely influenced your perception of their intelligence, competence, and even their trustworthiness. Consider an interview scenario. 2 candidates with similar qualifications are vying for the same job. One candidate arrives early, is well-dressed, and greets everyone with a warm smile. The other candidate arrives just on time, looking disheveled and distracted. Even before the interview begins, the first candidate has a significant advantage. The hiring manager, influenced by the positive first impression, may unconsciously overlook minor mistakes and view the candidate's responses more favorably. The halo effect works in various aspects of life. When you present yourself positively, whether through appearance, behavior, or communication, you create a halo that can positively influence how others perceive your actions and character. This isn't about superficiality. It's about recognizing the power of first impressions and leveraging them to build a strong foundation for relationships and opportunities. Strategy 3. The power of mirroring. Next up is the power of mirroring. Subtly mimic the behavior and language of those you interact with to build rapport. Have you ever noticed how you feel more connected to someone who shares your gestures or speech patterns? This subconscious mimicry creates a sense of familiarity and trust. Let's say you're in a business meeting and you want to establish a good rapport with a potential client. Pay attention to their body language and speech. If they lean forward, you lean forward slightly. If they use specific phrases or jargon, incorporate those into your conversation. This isn't about copying them exactly, but about creating a subtle sense of harmony and understanding. Mirroring can be especially powerful in negotiations or conflict resolution. By reflecting the other person's behavior, you signal empathy and respect, which can lead to more productive and amicable outcomes. This technique can also enhance personal relationships. When you mirror your partner's emotional state or expressions, you show that you're attuned to their feelings, strengthening your bond. The key to effective mirroring is subtlety. If it's too obvious, it can seem insincere or manipulative. But when done correctly, it creates a powerful connection, making others feel understood and valued. Strategy 4. The Ben Franklin effect. Ever heard of the Ben Franklin effect? When you ask for small favors, people actually like you more because they rationalize that they helped you because they like you. This counterintuitive principle is named after Ben Franklin, who famously turned a political rival into a friend by asking to borrow a rare book. Imagine you've just started a new job, and you want to build rapport with your team. Instead of trying to impress them with your skills or accomplishments, you ask a colleague for help with a small task, like setting up your computer or finding the best place for lunch nearby. This request doesn't inconvenience them much, but engages them in helping you. When they oblige, they start to see themselves as your ally. This phenomenon works because people like to align their actions with their beliefs. If they've done you a favor, they'll rationalize that they must like you. Otherwise, why would they help? This small favor can be the beginning of a mutually supportive relationship. The Ben Franklin effect is particularly useful in environments where you need to build alliances or gain support. By strategically asking for small favors, you can create a network of people who feel positively toward you and are more likely to prioritize your needs in the future. Strategy 5. Social proof. Social proof is incredibly powerful. Show that others value you or your work, and new people will follow suit. Think about the last time you were deciding on a restaurant or a product to buy. Chances are you checked the reviews. Positive feedback from others gives us confidence in our choices. Imagine you're launching a new product. Instead of just telling people how great it is, showcase testimonials from satisfied customers, endorsements from influencers, or positive media coverage. This creates a bandwagon effect, where the more people see others valuing your product, the more they'll want to be part of that group. Social proof works because humans are inherently social creatures. We look to others to guide our behavior, especially in uncertain situations. By strategically showcasing the positive experiences of others, you can influence new people to value and prioritize you or your offerings. In your personal life, social proof can also be valuable. Highlighting moments when others appreciated or endorsed you can bolster your reputation. Whether it's sharing compliments from colleagues or showcasing your achievements, leveraging social proof can enhance how others perceive you and make them more likely to prioritize your needs. Strategy 6. The foot in the door technique. Start with a small request to increase the likelihood of agreeing to a larger request. This is the foot in the door technique. It's a classic psychological strategy used in sales and persuasion. Imagine a door-to-door salesperson. They don't start by asking you to buy a product immediately. Instead, they ask if you can spare a few minutes to answer a survey. Once you agree to this small request, you're more likely to comply with their larger request to purchase something. This technique works because agreeing to a small request creates a sense of commitment. People like to see themselves as consistent, so if they say yes to a small request, they're more inclined to say yes to a larger one to stay consistent with their self-image. In your personal and professional life, you can use this strategy to build momentum. For example, if you want your team to take on a significant project, start by asking for their help with a smaller task related to it. Once they've committed to the smaller task, they're more likely to agree to the larger project. The foot in the door technique is a powerful way to build commitment and achieve your goals, step by step. Strategy 7. Scarcity principle. People value things more when they perceive them as scarce. This is the scarcity principle. Think about the last time you saw a limited time offer or a limited edition product. Didn't it make you more interested? Imagine you're organizing an event. Instead of offering unlimited tickets, you announce that there are only 100 tickets available. The limited availability creates a sense of urgency and exclusivity, making people more eager to secure their spot. Scarcity works because humans fear missing out on valuable opportunities. When something is perceived as scarce, its value increases in our minds. By strategically highlighting the scarcity of your time, resources, or opportunities, you can create a sense of urgency that motivates others to act quickly and prioritize you. In your personal life, you can use scarcity to your advantage by being mindful of your availability. If you're always available, people might take you for granted. But if your time and attention are perceived as limited, others are more likely to value and prioritize you. Strategy 8. The consistency principle. People like to be consistent with what they've previously said or done. This is the consistency principle. It's a powerful motivator in human behavior. Consider a scenario where someone publicly commits to a goal, like losing weight or quitting smoking. The act of making this commitment public makes them more likely to follow through because they want to stay consistent with their stated intentions. You can leverage this principle in your interactions. For example, if you want someone to support a project, get them to make a small public commitment first. This could be as simple as agreeing in a meeting or signing a pledge. Once they've made this initial commitment, they're more likely to follow through with larger actions to stay consistent with their initial statement. The consistency principle can also be applied to personal development. By publicly committing to your goals, you create a psychological pressure to stay consistent, increasing your chances of success. Strategy 9. Using names effectively. Finally, remembering and using someone's name can make interactions more personal and impactful. Think about how special you feel when someone remembers your name, especially after meeting them only once. It's a small gesture that goes a long way in building rapport. Imagine you're at a networking event and you meet several people. Later, you run into one of them again, and you greet them by name. This simple act shows that you paid attention and that you value the connection, making the person feel important and respected. Using names effectively is not just about memorizing names, but about making the other person feel recognized and valued. It's a powerful way to create a personal connection and ensure that others remember you positively. To recap, we've covered the law of reciprocity, the halo effect, mirroring, the Ben Franklin effect, social proof, the foot in the door technique, the scarcity principle, the consistency principle, and the power of using names effectively. Each of these strategies taps into fundamental aspects of human psychology and can help you gain priority and influence in any situation. Which strategy will you try first? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to your channel name for more insights into the power of the mind. Remember, the mind is a powerful tool. Use these strategies wisely, and you'll find yourself not just noticed, but prioritized.